Fox, you've had some pretty big fourth quarters this season, obviously. Just where does this one kind of rank if it results in a win in overtime against a game that had a lot of attention on it?
I definitely think it's up there, especially with that team, and obviously now having Kyrie, kind of bring like a playoff intensity to the game. But I think for us, it's great just because you played a team yesterday, so it's going to be kind of similar to once you get into a game, into a playoff series, and you just try to make adjustments to come back better the next game. And I think we did a good job at that.
Yeah, De'Aaron, like we've watched you play here for a long time, but it seems like you're really coming into your own, especially late. You had 26 points in the fourth quarter and overtime combined. Just how much do you feel like you're growing into this role of being the star for this team?
I think I'm still learning, picking spots. But like I said before, man, the coaching staff, everybody that's in this locker room has confidence in me to go out there and make plays, especially late down the stretch. And when your teammates and your coaching staff have that kind of confidence in you, you kind of just go out and the game kind of just comes naturally. But I don't know, I don't want to just say cliche like mentality or anything like that. It's when the fourth quarter gets going, like you get going, but that's pretty much what it is.
First off, did Rain sleep last night after the game?
Yeah, he actually, it's like 6, 7 in the morning is when he wakes up crying. But I've gotten, a lot of people were like, it's weird, but I've gotten good sleep since he's come to us.
Lucky man. This team has made a tendency now of being able to respond after significant losses and respond in big moments. What do you attribute that to with this group?
I think a lot of it has to do with the way Mike gets on us. I feel like everybody would rather not get to that point, but I think as a team, we learn quickly. And when there's a quick turnaround, I feel like we've been able to adjust, and that's Mike's biggest thing. When something's not working, or if something is working, you continue to go to it. If something's not working, you quickly adjust. And I think everybody knows how tactical and how savvy he is, and I think he's instilled that into all of the players.
Aaron, obviously this home court is loud, and it's talked about as being loud, but given that you're playing a potential playoff team, 4 seed, a team you're just one game up on, did you feel like this had a raised level of intensity, and was the atmosphere a big part of that?
Yeah, I definitely think so. I mean, like you said, we're a game ahead of them coming into today, so knowing that this is a win that we needed and a win that they really wanted. Just trying to keep home court advantage going into the playoffs is something that's huge, and you don't want to be one of those teams, like I said, going into the All-Star break, on a losing streak or on some type of slump. You have to be able to finish strong, especially if you want to go into the last part of the season, hitting the ground running. So we know that these last, 3-4 games, not one game, we have to finish strong.
With Monk out, somebody had to step up big. I mean, super big, and tonight it was Terrence Davis. He had a tough task, defending Luka Doncic in the same regards, though. But just want to get your commentary on, him coming in and stepping up. I think he had 13 points in one quarter, which really boosted you guys.
Yeah, I think I feel like we have this conversation every once in a while when somebody goes out and TD steps up. I said, man, he's a professional. He comes in here, he's always ready. Obviously, there are times where you kind of don't know if you're going to play or not, when you're teetering on the rotation, but he stays ready. If he's put in the game, he knows what his job is. And when he gets hot, he gets hot. When he's out there locked in defensively, we all know that what he can do on the end of the court. He can make plays for us defensively as well. So he's just always ready. And you see, he finished the game for us. He was out there with the last group finishing a game. So I think just being a professional, that's part of it. When you're having a game like that, and you probably haven't finished the game in a month or two, you'll be out there. So it's always just staying ready.
Yeah, De'Aaron, we've seen you have big fourth quarters and just clutch moments throughout the course of this year. Again tonight, 14 in OT, 12 in the fourth quarter. Is there any part of you that's eyeing that Jerry West Clutch Player of the Year award?
I've seen it. I've seen it on Twitter and Instagram. and I like look at the comments and see what people say. I don't know how biased people are, but I think just about every stat probably points towards me getting it. So we'll see what happens at the end of the season.
What exactly shifts for you when you get into that stage of the game? Obviously, you play at a really fast tempo, and if that's your natural speed and you can maintain that, and other guys get tired from having to defend you, maybe that gives you an advantage. But what does the game slow down for you in those moments? Why are you so effective?
I just think the way teams kind of defend. Obviously, you want to defend the three. Even with trying to go under and try to play a 7-footer at the rim or whatever it is, I think just continuing to have a pace to the game. It's just it's kind of what I think about. In the first quarter, the pace is up, but everybody's pace is up. The second quarter, pace is still kind of up. Third quarter kind of starts to slow down. The fourth quarter honestly slows down a lot. But for me, especially when I have opportunities to run, it's not necessarily just trying to go out there and run as fast as you can. For me, it's continue to have that type of pace, and when something opens up, then I take it. And then in the half court, it's just trying to pick spots. For the most part, as like a wing defender, as a guard, you kind of know that you're not going to block a shot. So for me, it's really just trying to get to a spot and just try to get your shot off. And that's pretty much all I think about when the game is that tight.
All right, two more. We'll do Matt and then Sean.
You and Kyrie were really battling there at the end, but what do you make of the team defense, especially against Luka Doncic there at the end of the game?
Yeah, I mean, obviously those two are great players. I think they'll both be Hall of Famers. But for us, it's just you want to continue to try to make it tough on them. Obviously, if you only have one of those guys, and as soon as they get off of you, try to deny. But with it being two of those type of players, you just, as a team, you have to be able to be on a string. And I don't know how many deflections we had tonight. I'll assume maybe 20 plus, because I think me and TD had 12 or 13 together. So I think that's where it starts, just being disruptive, try to get them out of their flow of their offense. Obviously, they're going to make tough shots. They're going to make tough shots every game. But you just want to continue to make that type of stuff beat you, or just try to get them off the ball and make other players beat you. So if they're making tough shots and they beat you, you dap them up and you keep pushing.
Go ahead, Sean.
And just that relationship you and Kai have is obviously pretty special. Just seeing you after the game with him, what does that mean to you? What kind of message was there, if you don't mind sharing?
Yeah, I mean, I love Kai. I've watched him since he was in high school, play in college, since he got into the league. He's a great person. Always looking out for others. Just genuine, down to earth. Obviously, he goes out and he's a competitor. He wants to rip your throat out when you're on the court. But outside of that, man, he's a great person, great father, great family man. And I mean that is what it is, man. It's just being a great person and a great competitor at the same time. I don't think you could really ask for anything else.
All right, last one right here.
De'Aaron, I'm sure you've been asked about it, but I'm curious, someone that doesn't cover you regularly. It seems like Coach Brown, coming into the season, really wanted, if there was any one person that he really wanted to set the tone with, it was you from a defensive standpoint, and really challenging you. He keeps calling you the head of the snake, obviously offensively, but defensively. Is that difficult at times to kind of hold that mantle? I'm sure he's been tough on you at times, but what has that meant for you, and how does that kind of resonate with the rest of the team, the rest of the defense?
I wouldn't necessarily say it's difficult, but I mean, playing point guard in this league, I'll shoot it to you straight. Most point guards don't guard me, so it's a bit different for me. Whereas I'm catching the best defender, and then I'm going out and guarding the other team's point guard, or a lot of times best guard. So obviously it is a lot, but I feel like I was blessed with the tools to be able to go out there and do that. So a lot of it has to do with just being in great shape, knowing you're going to get hit by 10, 12 screens per possession, while also having to go out there and run the offense. So it's nothing that I don't, accept and embrace. Mike says it all the time, that's what you get paid to do. So I go out there, I do my best with it. He's made me a better player. And I just try to go out there and do whatever it takes to win games. And I feel like I've done a pretty good job at it, but there's always room for improvement.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yeah. Appreciate it.